Europe is abound with mesmerizing natural beauty, historical sites, monumental structures, fascinating artifacts, and many, many more that deserves a definite visit at least once in a lifetime. For Indian middle class, Europe is something of a dream destination. But with a budgetary constraint, language constraint, and culture constraint, the dream remains unfulfilled in the absence of proper information and guidance. In this video, my aim will be to give a first-hand knowledge about the things to know, explore, and consider for your dream Europe tour. In the very beginning, it is of utmost importance to decide upon the number of days for your first Europe tour. If you are ready to spend about 3.5 lakhs per individual, then you can opt for 15 days. But if you are in a position to spend at most 2.5 lakh per individual, 10 days would be ideal. And if you are not in a position to spend in excess of 2 lakhs per individual, then 7 days would be the ideal choice. Here, I must admit that the amount I quoted and the days I said is a rough idea, as things will vary depending upon the places you choose to visit and the time of the year you opt for. What I am saying is purely from my own experiences. I spent 10 days in Europe covering all the must-see places in 4 top visited European countries at the end of October 2023, and the spending per individual was less than 2.5 lakhs. I personally feel that the best time to visit any tourist destination is when the peak season big rush is retreating and off season is about to begin. This is equally applicable for Europe as well. At the peak season, not only the accommodation rates will be high, the best of the spots will see such huge rush that taking even a photograph of your loved ones in front of the Mona Lisa at Louvre Museum will be next to impossible. I visited Europe at end of October when the rush was relatively low, but the beauty remained at its best. Now, you will have to decide upon the places you should cover. As I have said in very beginning, Europe is abound with such awesome must-see places that choosing from them is really difficult. But considering the fact and figures, the top 20 odd things and places that one must consider visiting on his first Europe trip includes the Eiffel Tower, Louvre Museum, Versailles Palace, Seine River Cruise, Interlaken, Zurich, Jungfraujoch, Matterhorn Glacier Paradise and Gornegrat, Venice, Leaning Tower of Pisa, Rome, Vatican, Barcelona, Madrid, Santorini, Amalfi, Dubrovnik Coast, Rhine Valley, Sanssouci Palace, London, and many others. Depending upon your days, you might decide from the above list, or you can include or exclude according to your interest and preferences. The above mentioned 20 odd places are in 9 different countries. In my case, I have covered 11 of the above places in 10 days, and they fall in 4 different countries. If your budget and other things permit, you can cover all the above mentioned places, but for that you need to devote in excess of 15 days. Now, after you have decided upon the number of days, time of arrival, and places you will visit, the fourth thing that you should consider is flight ticket. To have a great deal, you should start exploring the rates and keep a note of it more or less 4 to 5 months prior to your exact date of departure from India. There are various tricks that will help you in getting a flight ticket booked at a relatively cheap rate. I will go into those details in a separate video. But as of now, I will tell you that while exploring the rates, don't search for the exact date of your flight, but explore for rates on 1 week prior or subsequent dates, and do search in the incognito mode. I assume you must be knowing what is incognito mode. If you are not aware of it, Google it. I have booked my flight ticket to Paris from Kolkata via New Delhi at 31,000 INR, and the return ticket from Milan to Kolkata via Abu Dhabi at 30,600 INR. almost 3 months before the date of travel. Now comes the all important accommodation. For this, I will ask you to opt for Airbnb. This international accommodation rental platform is trusted by travelers around the world. With more than 4 million hosts in 220 plus countries worldwide, Airbnb is unique from the typical hotel experiences with a price range which is a bit on the lower side. Here in Airbnb, you will not only have the experience of a home-like stay, but will also get proper guidance about your tour in the area from your Airbnb host. Furthermore, you have the option to cook your meal or breakfast and thereby saving a good amount of money. Do remember that food cost in Europe is unimaginably high. You will have to shell out around 10 to 12 euros for one meal. Also, Airbnb gives you the option to carry filled bottles of water for your day travel, or else you will have to shell out 4 euros for 1 liter of water. Lastly, you can get a full refund in case you decide to cancel your booking just a week ahead of your booked dates. I have booked Airbnb accommodations in all the places I traveled in Europe, in the price range of 14,500 to 30,000 INR per day for rooms that were capable to accommodate at least 6 guests. For a traveler from India who has a budgetary constraint, the sixth aspect to look upon is fooding. As I have already said, food is really expensive in Europe, and to cope up with it, exploring option of cooking at least one meal of the day can save you a lot of money. Here I must let you know from my own experiences that you can carry cereals, pulses, dalia, salt, sugar, cooking oil, spices in limited quantity which can serve you for 10 to 12 days to have even 2 meals a day. Also, there are a good number of supermarkets in almost all the popular tourist destinations in Europe where you can find Asian food items, including the vegetables we are accustomed with. I will definitely make a separate video on the food items that you can carry for your Europe tour, where I will give a detailed description along with how you will pack them. The seventh aspect is traveling within Schengen countries. After deciding upon the places you would visit, you will have to plan as to how you will move from one place to another. You can opt for cars which are too expensive. You can opt for renting a car to drive on your own. For that, you must have to be conversant with left-hand steering mode of driving, and even if you are sure of being able to adapt to this new mode, this option of renting a car can be budget friendly if your family size is 4 to 5 persons. You can opt to travel by bus, which is no doubt a budget option, but when you will have to travel long distances, this mode of transfer will not work, as you will have to devote a lot of time and have to change at several places. Air travel is another option, but that will definitely pinch your pocket. Remember that there are a few airlines in Europe that offers flight tickets at much cheaper rate, but then their reputations are too poor. Please do check well before booking them. The best option to travel in Europe is definitely by train. The trains are all superfast trains with all the modern amenities. If you buy the Eurail Global Pass, it covers the full cost of your tickets on the overwhelming majority of trains in 33 European countries, including France, Spain, Italy, Switzerland, and Germany. However, in some superfast bullet trains, you will have to shell out in the tune of 10 to 30 euros for seat reservations. The cost of Eurail Global Pass depends upon the number of traveling days and not upon the number of journeys. For example, for 4 traveling dates in 1 month, ticket for adult costs 258 euros, and for youths up to the age of 27 it will cost 194 euros, while seniors above 60 years the same ticket will cost 232 euros. For 5 traveling dates in 1 month, ticket for adult costs 296 euros, and for youths it will cost 223 euros. Seniors above 60 years will have to shell out 267 euros. However, children up to the age of 11 travels for free. I bought the Eurail Global Pass and traveled for 5 days in 7 different trains And in 4 cases, I had to buy the reservation ticket as well. Here, I must say that to use the global Eurail pass, you will have to learn using the Eurail planner app. I will make a separate video on global Eurail pass and using the Eurail planner app as well. The eighth aspect is visa application. I have already posted a video about the things to keep in mind for Schengen visa application so that the application doesn't get rejected under any circumstances. The link of the video is given in the description box below. The only thing to keep in mind is that your Schengen visa application has to be through the country where you in your travel itinerary will mention to spend the maximum number of nights. And in case there are 2 countries where the night stay is for the same number of nights, you have to opt for any one. However, out of these 2 countries, if one happens to be the country through which you are entering the Schengen area, then opt for that specific country. Let me clear it by giving an example. Suppose you are entering the Schengen area through France, and after spending 3 nights there, you in your travel itinerary have mentioned that you will spend 3 days in Italy and 2 days in Spain. In this situation, your Schengen visa application has to be through France only. Here I must also mention that after you get the Schengen visa, you can alter your travel plan, but the alteration must not affect your Schengen visa application rule of applying through the country of maximum night stay. After you get the Schengen visa, you will have to concentrate on buying tickets for museum, monuments, panorama trains, gondolas and other such things. At many places, the best thing is to book guided tour as exploring becomes much easier, meaningful, and you will not miss the best of the things as well. For example, to visit Vatican, Louvre Museum, Colosseum without guide is not only a waste of time but also culminates in not being able to see the best of the things and not knowing the history of the various artifacts there. There are several trusted online platforms which are good enough to book your guided tour. Get Your Guide and Go Ahead are 2 such reliable app-based platforms. I will try to cover the details of them in separate videos. The 10th aspect is how to carry currency. Undoubtedly, carrying cash in the form of euros will serve your need in almost every European country except Britain and Switzerland. For your Britain expense, you must carry pound, and for Switzerland, carrying Swiss franc is the best option. But I would suggest you to carry cash in very limited amount. Carrying Forex card is way ahead a better option. Forex card is accepted almost everywhere. I have been denied of Forex card usage only while buying bus tickets in Italy. The 3 more advantages of Forex card are you can withdraw cash from any ATM, and for every drawing you will have to pay just 6 euros. The market fluctuation won't affect your drawing. Suppose you have loaded your Forex card with 300 euros at 89 INR per euro. But even if on the date of drawing euros from the Forex card in Italy, the rate is 91, you will not have to shell out the increased rate. Moreover, the unused balance euro can be transferred to your bank account with ease. The 11th aspect is carrying a proper SIM card for using it in Europe so that you don't face problem in calling and using the internet. In all the Airbnb apartments, you will be having free Wi-Fi service for sure. In many public places and in all the superfast trains, you will have free Wi-Fi service. So you should opt for at least 2 GB of data for 10 days of stay in Europe with some facility for emergency calling. You must use this very judiciously. For this, you will have to shell out around 300 INR. Both Jio and Airtel have plans that will suit your need. Remember, as you are traveling alone, you need data service to use Google Maps, various apps for booking cars and trains. Another last thing to keep in mind is to register in apps like Uber, Bolt, Free Now, My Taxi before leaving India. You will definitely need this app to book cabs for traveling to and from rail station to your accommodations. If you try to register in these apps after you reach Europe, you might face problem. Hope by now you have gained a first-hand knowledge of the various factors that are so crucial for planning your Europe tour. You will have to explore and gather more informations on the above mentioned aspects. I will also make separate videos on all the above mentioned issues so that it helps you in planning a foolproof Europe tour on your own without engaging any travel agency. For queries and suggestions, please write in the comment box. Do share and like my channel to boost up my effort. Subscribe my channel if and only if you wish to stay updated with the information that will help you in planning your Europe tour on your own.